Bionic Gloves presents the Hands-On Golf Podcast, bringing anatomy and hand function to the forefront of glove design to improve comfort, fit, and performance. Bionic is a division of Hilrich & Bradsby Company, makers of Louisville Slugger bats and ball gloves. Bionic gloves are the only gloves designed by a leading orthopedic hand surgeon, Dr. Jim Kleinert.
Welcome everyone to this week's Bionic Gloves Hands-On Golf Podcast. My name is Chaz Rao. I am your host, and I'm back here again at the Waterford Golf Club here in Venice, Florida, to bring you some more golf tips with PGA Pro Jack McFall. Now let's get into this email that comes in from Chad from Jackson, Mississippi, and he says, Chaz, great podcast. All right, I like the way this one starts already. It has saved parts of my game. I have a question to submit. We see a lot of techniques around the greenside bunker, but very few with fairway bunkers. Here's this question. When I try to hit out of the fairway bunker, I find that I top the ball in anticipation of hitting a thin, clean shot. How can you hit a clean shot out of the fairway bunker to keep you in the game? Thanks for the podcast, Chad. Well, wonderful question. In fact, we're going to get with Jack here in just a moment out here at the golf club to answer this question for you. And Chad, just for you submitting and us using this question in this podcast, you of course get the official Bionic glove. It's that easy. And if anyone out there would like to participate in this podcast, please send an email, podcast@bionicgloves.com. And if we use your question in this podcast, you get, yes, one of these gloves from Bionic Gloves to help. They're wonderful. They help you to grip the club without you even knowing it. They just have a nice feel about them. So we're going to improve the way your hand feels, and we're going to improve your game. And please visit the website, bionicgloves.com/podcast. Send us an email, send us some questions, watch some of the videos, buy some gloves, just hang out, tell all your buddies to subscribe. So everyone, let's go get started with today's podcast and work on our fairway bunker with PGA Pro Jack McFall. Hey Jack.
Hi Chaz.
You got a minute?
Sure.
I've got a question from a viewer, and I figured you'd be the man to answer this for me. So here you go. You ready?
Right.
It says, when I try to hit out of the fairway bunker, I find that I top the ball in anticipation of hitting a thin, clean shot. How can I hit a clean shot out of the fairway bunker to keep you in the game? This comes in from Chad.
Well, let me see how I can help. Well, first off, is you really want to make sure you keep your feet very quiet in a bunker. If you try to give yourself too much effort with your legs, because the sand is soft, you have a tendency to want to slip or slide just enough to make a poor contact with the ball. You want to utilize your arms and hands to swing the club a little better, rather than trying to get a lot of body motion into the shot. Let me see if I can produce one of these for you. Remember, if you're trying to get the ball out of the bunker, especially in fairways, it's better to move the ball just slightly back in your stance so that you make sure to make good ball ground contact. Still, play the shot just like you would out of a fairway, as long as you have a decent lie. Play the ball back in your stance, keep your legs nice and quiet, and let your arms and hands do the work. Like that. Hope that helps.